Hi everyone, we are almost finishing to our 30-day mark to our let go journey, or you can say the let go experiment that I was running on myself. And I think it is like at the perfect moment, at the perfect time. I think the last time when I talked about yes, I let something go, but there are like multiple things in someone's life that goes on like parallelly. But then there is another thing that I faced recently, like just after posting that video, that again I have to like let that thing go. And I think today's an interesting topic that I want to talk about. It's more like, you who is in the present versus you who is in the past, right? So the one you have been in the past, that entity which completely formed your persona, is like a completely different person, right? And you in the present is a completely different entity and persona. But sometimes what happens is, when we are like not healed properly, or when we have like not paid attention to those part of ourselves which has suffered the most, those entities remained in our body somewhere. And whenever there is like such kind of trauma or such kind of event that triggered that entity, and that entity like starts coming out and it doesn't want to die. That's the reason people say like you have to move on from your past. But the thing is, like, nobody talks about that, how this entity actually attaches itself whenever that kind of trauma or that kind of situations again resurfaces, and it like try to pull you back from your present self to go back to that past self. And I think that has happening to me. I feel like I have made like such tremendous progress in my life. I did one of the most wonderful things that people can only imagine, and like all those stuff. But still, I am the person who suffers a lot with like that entity from my past. And it's just like, whenever such kind of trauma or trigger just like resurfaces, it hurts me a lot. It's like, it tries to like pull me down, tries to like hurt me and say like, oh, you have like not done good, you were like stupid, you did that. It's like so painful to me sometimes that I just cannot even like take it anymore. And I just feel like, wow, why this is happening to me? But I know that, so there is like two things that goes parallelly. One thing is like my present self know that whatever I'm doing right now, or whatever decision I made, or whatever decision I chose in the past was like correct, because that led me to be here in the present. But my past self, right, which is like the other entity I'm talking about, that thinks like, no, this could have happened in a different way, or like kind of like a resistance of letting go. Or maybe you can say like having a difficulty to coming in terms with like the situation that has happened. I think that is like such a big deal for all of us. I don't know like how to explain that. It's such a complex topic, and many people just like talk about it like, okay, just let go. You cannot, it's not like a switch. You cannot become like a robot, like exactly like, oh no, you just have to let go. It's not possible for a human being to think like that, because our brain works on like negative thoughts. Like, it just keep on feeding us negativity and bring all those kind of memories which has been like hurting us, because that's the function of the brain, to remember the hurt. And the thing is like that mechanism which like help us to survive for all the millions of years is actually like sometimes like very painful for all of us to like remember all those painful memories and just like think about it and stuff. But yeah, I know, like, I can understand if you're going through that, and because I'm going through that, so I can understand like how the like healing process is such a tedious and tremendous difficult task. Like, nobody understand that, but yeah, like it is very difficult when someone just say like, oh, just like wake up and don't think about it. Like, why? Like, how can I just like switch off my brain? It's not possible. And yeah, I would say it's like a continuous journey. Like, it's just never happened like in a day, so you just have to go through it. I'm going through it, like I'm living it every single day. I know it's painful, but yeah, like through something or the other you will just learn. And maybe sometimes in the future, when your brain just forget that memory, you will heal. So yeah, that's that's the thing I wanted to talk about. I think it's more on the healing journey, and like, how that like two kind of different personas and entities that like form on you, like, fight with each other to get the one that they want. I think that's an interesting topic. And yeah, that's what I want to talk about. With that, I hope to see you again. And we are just reaching to like May 19th soon. So yeah, happy to see you all again. Thank you so much.